Giddy up.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Yeah. So we're gonna make 20 minute show today, okay? I'm
Yeah,
tired.
yeah.
Yeah. Your day is beginning, my day is over, man. So
I know.
all right, let's begin, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. In today's show, Kaneda and I we're gonna talk about the 2023 Pinball People's Choice Awards. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, let's do it. The people
Yeah,
have been warned. We're going to find out everyone's favorite pinball stuff from 2023. And we're going to do it in 2023.
that's smart. Instead of waiting next year
Three and a
and
half
talking
months.
about
Three
last
and a
year's
half months. No one cares. By the time the Twippies rolled around, right? Everyone always felt this way. Like, it's old news, the old games. Like, Foo Fighters will have been out for 13 freaking months.
Yeah.
And it's
But
going to
by
win Best
that
in Show.
by that time, everybody will talk about Jaws and
Yeah.
upcoming games and maybe
Yep.
Jersey's next game on whatever. So it's really nice to just end the year 2023 with a show about 2023 and then just close the book, right?
Close the book. Close it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. First of all, thank you for reaching out and asking me if I want to be a part of this show. I would
Yeah.
love to because
Gonna
I
be fun.
think it's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be this big, huge show in Las
No.
Vegas. No, nothing like
No.
that. So please explain.
Yeah. Here's how it's going to work. Very simple.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up on Facebook all the different categories. I'll go through them now, and it's going to be polling. So you're going to be able to vote. Everyone gets one vote per category, and you're going to see in real time. This is where it's different, and some people like it, some people don't. But we're going to be able to see in real time when the votes come in, who voted for what, and how many votes each game is getting. And the reason I like that, right? All the speculation is Kaneda buying votes in Brazil. Are we cheating to get these trophies? And here's the good news for everybody. I recused myself from this award show, so I won't be in it. There will not be any bias. It's going to be all about the best in pinball. I'm taking myself out of it because we all know who's number one. We don't have to vote on Kaneda anymore. But Jenga, should we go through the categories so we can tell everybody what they're going to be voting for?
Yeah. So no
All right.
one can vote on you, so you can't
No.
go up and say, "Yeah, I'm the best."
Yeah, no.
We're not
I
going
don't.
to listen to you.
And I don't need to give myself an award, but we're gonna have podcaster categories and media represented. So I'll go through. These are the categories, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to vote for favorite homebrew, favorite new mod of 2023, the best theme in pinball, the best pinball website for news, rumors, and speculation. This is different. Pinside always wins. It's it's a forum. I get it. But I think we should recognize the other websites out there. And those are going to be Naps Arcade, Kineticist, and This Week in Pinball are the three, I think, news websites for pinball. Best music and sound package. Best call-outs.
My favorite.
Best call-outs. Favorite pinball streamer. Best rule set. Best toys and mechs in a game. Favorite YouTube channel. Jengas, you're on there. Actually, I have to add, you're on Retro Django. You're on there. Best new pinball content creator. Best new pinball content creator. What I did there was I consolidated, who's new in the pinball content space and let people vote on that. That way we're not doing like streamer, podcaster. Let's just throw them all in. And I think I got most of them. And what I'm going to do for some of these categories is people can add a category if they if I've missed something, and I just shared this with everybody today. So if I've missed anything, let me know. Best animations and display, best art package. Christopher Franchi is listed like 18,000 times here. Best topper, best game design, favorite pinball podcast, game of the year. So there's a lot of names on this, right? So everyone's going to hopefully feel they've been represented. Everybody gets an equal vote. There's no bias. It's not just going to be, hopefully we share this link around. Anyone can jump on the Kaneda Facebook page and vote. There's no paywall. There's no one's getting blocked, nothing. Like just vote, have fun. And then Jengus and I will regroup and read who wins. And the voting will start, Jengus, on Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it'll last 1 week. So December 15th through the 22nd. And then we will, at the 22nd, we will do a show right around there. And I think we will, maybe we do it that Saturday morning. We do a recap. We have some fun. Yeah. We talk about where the votes fell and we end the year. And I think what we come up with, Jengus, will be exactly where the Twippy votes fall come end of March. So we're gonna, some of this is where we might spoil their thunder a little bit, but such is life when you decide to remove Kaneda from the award show.
I just still think it's fun to just end the year with what happened this
Yeah,
year, right?
yeah,
So I have a couple of things. You said that some people can put in some new categories, but we also have some of the categories where people can add best homebrew if you
yeah.
miss something, right? So
So
that's
yeah, for some
okay.
of them, you will be able to add. Most of them, though, will be locked unless I've missed something. Because here's why. Because what I don't want to do is
Trolls.
have people troll it. Because they're gonna, because like people are gonna be like, best topper, and people are gonna put in, David Fix. Like it's like I get it. Like there's the ability to have sarcasm with something like this when you open it up
Yeah.
for manipulation is very high. So, but yeah, some of them like best homebrew. I think I got most of them. And I shared everything today. So hopefully, if I've missed anything or anyone feels like they're not represented, we will get them in. Again, this is about representing everybody and everything, minus me, because
For
apparently
fun.
like people can't. That I rub everybody the wrong way. So it's good. It's good.
I always want to say, I also want to say minus myself. It's odd to be on that list when I'm representing everything. So delete me also. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, we knew you weren't going to win, but like, we could
Well,
have you on there, man.
I
Like
know
it's
who's gonna win best YouTuber.
what's
Absolutely.
going to be fun about this is I really do love the fact that it's going to be real time. And I know people are like, well, then it's going to persuade people to vote in different directions. I don't really think so. I think some of these are going to be very highly contested votes. And
Yeah.
let me give you an example. I think like favorite art package is going to be one in which will it be Foo Fighters, which is like amazing, but man, Elton John by
Yeah.
Franchi,
Yeah.
like, and here's what I like about what we're doing this year, Cengiz, is Elton John. I know it's on the line, but it didn't meet the Twippy criteria because it didn't ship by December 1st. But why wouldn't that game be eligible for favorite art package? Because the art is finite. Like we've seen it. Like it's not going to change, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And think about it. If you have to wait a whole year from now to vote for Elton John art, like no one's going to care because the game just came out. It's never going to have more excitement. Well, if there is any excitement for the game, but you know what I'm saying? It's never going to have more attention than it has right now.
It's a balanced thing because we don't know if it will get that many votes because not many people has seen it in real life.
Yeah,
Not many people has got it at their home. I mean, some people have seen it on the
totally.
show, so it's not. It's not. I understand what you mean, but it's not. On the other way, it's not fair. I mean,
Right. Well, here's the thing.
everybody
Here's the
has
thing. Here's the
seen
thing.
played Foo
The
Fighters.
Stern always has whenever you have public voting. Of course, Stern has the advantage. They have the volume of ownership is
Yeah,
Stern's fan base, right?
yeah,
That being said, there have been many years where Jersey Jack has walked away with awards, right? For animations, for artwork, for best game, like Guns N' Roses won.
yeah.
So it's not. I think Dialed In won Game of the Year, like Dialed In, a game that like gets ragged on, but it got appreciated by the community,
It's a
and that's
cool
what I'm like.
game. I like it.
Yep, yeah, I'm excited
I
to
like it.
see, and the way we're doing this is any game where a deposit was accepted or a game was revealed in 2023 will be eligible. Now, whether or not it wins, it might have a hard time, right? Like Pulp Fiction, for example.
Yeah,
I think Pulp Fiction is going to win best theme, right? It's not going to win best maybe layout or design or other things because people haven't played it, but I think it's going to win best theme and best topper. And that's another good example, right? That game's not going to be in the Twippies because it hasn't shipped yet. But that topper is not going to change,
yeah.
right? And it is the
Exactly.
best topper in pinball right now. And so I think this is going to be a fun way to do it. And this is just for fun, right? For people who are like, oh, it's, and trust us, Jengus, this is not going to be a highly produced, like straight down the middle with graphics and things flying in kind of video. It's just going to be you and I talking the results, and it's going to be Facebook polls, and it's going to be lo-fi and fun.
I'm doing this just for the fun. For me, pinball is fun, and I want to share the happiness and fun. I have been talking with a couple of friends about this, and they were like, Jengis, everybody can see before you make the show, everybody can see the results, everybody can see the winners. What's the
Yeah.
fun in that? And I
Yeah.
said to him, the fun in that is when everything is over, Chris and I is gonna talk about it, agree, disagree, your thoughts, my thoughts. We disagree a lot. I
Look,
mean, so
you
we're
know,
gonna talk about it, and that's
totally.
gonna be
And
the fun part.
who amongst those complainers on election night doesn't sit by the TV and watch the results come in? I mean, that's all this is. It's a
Yeah,
drawn out election
yeah.
that you get to see the results. And I think it's going to be fun because I think what's going to happen, and by keeping it open for just a week, which is, I think, is the perfect amount of time. Like the Twippy voting is a month long, which opens the
No,
door. It opens the door for like fraudulent voting and endless campaigning for votes, which is not going to happen
is it
this
a
year because
month? I don't think it's a
it's open.
month.
Yeah, it's open for 4 weeks. Like, who wants to like? And the
Are you
reason they
sure
do
about that?
that, the reason it's open for 4 weeks, is they in the past have loved all the content creators hyping the show for 4 weeks. Getting all their friends excited to vote. That's not going to happen now when you just canceled all the content creators who used to
I
do
don't,
all your free advertising for you. So 1 week,
are you
7 days.
it's open for 4 weeks?
Yeah, it's like December 18th through January 15th, like something crazy like that.
Oh, I was gonna say this one with a whole
one
week
week,
is too
1 week.
long.
A week is just perfect because you give people time to vote. And also, like, if things start to get close, people can go like rally some support, to push them over the edge. And that's going to be fun to see. I think we're going to have some really close matchups with artwork. I think, certain things like design is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
Like Steve Ritchie versus Jack Danger, right? It's going to be like, and like, look, Elton John design is pretty damn good,
yeah.
but Foo Fighters, man, like, I don't know.
I
Will
love
that
Foo
take it?
Fighters design. I love the but I want one more category. This is not a category that I have seen anywhere else on the Pinball Award show. And you and people like you're all about the Ellie's, Ellie's, Ellie's. But I want a category that's called Best Bang for Buck. I want something like that. When you take a look at
Yeah,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that playfield is just filled up. I mean, it's
yeah,
just jam packed, and it's under 10K.
right,
Games like that, I want to put that in, and best bang for buck.
right.
We
Well,
need
I
that,
mean,
so let's add that also.
we
That's
can
my
we can
wish.
we can add that. I mean, sure. I mean, I think I think the game that would win that is going to be Pulp Fiction, even though it's not out yet. It's like Pulp Fiction LE is 9,700, sold out in like
Yeah.
an hour or two, right?
But when but the market was different when that got
Yeah,
announced
you're
last
right.
year.
You're
That's
right.
about a year ago. So
Yeah, and they're
who
still
knows?
not even shipping those games. Have you been in the thread about the Pulp Fiction owners are like,
What
they don't
wasn't
even
that
have like any
October or
indication.
something? Shouldn't it come out in October? Wasn't
Uh,
that
it
the
was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, and then it was like by the end of the year, right?
yeah?
They've got 2 weeks to get some games on the line.
Yeah, by the end
So
of the year they should have them on locations or something.
I
That
don't
was the
know.
last thing I heard,
I don't
and
know.
nothing yet.
We all know that those LEs will not be in people's homes until like next Christmas. Like it's not going to happen in March.
When that game came out, I love the theme. I love everything about it.
Yeah,
I just really
great.
wanted it, but
It's weird that they like
it
why
just
did they even reveal it? Like
yeah,
when like come on, with
yeah,
a straight face
yeah.
team over there at Play Mechanics and CGC. Like you knew you weren't within a country mile of getting this game on the line. It wasn't like there was an anniversary. Like I understand why Stern launched James Bond early and Batman early because they had to hit the anniversary date.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there was nothing with Pulp Fiction that required it to be out at that specific time. And
It's
now it's just
sad,
but
man.
CGC, man, their reputation is like, yeah. I mean, they'll make the game the day after you die. Like that's their reputation.
I think they're still building Cactus Canyon. I don't know. I have lost interest in Pulp Fiction. It's just so long time went by. Now we have Jaws coming up and all the new games.
Should we read the games up for? Let's read the games that are up for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
Right? We've got Venom by Stern Pinball.
yeah,
We've got Foo Fighters by Stern. James Bond 60th, which is not last year's game. It came out in January. People forget this. Now, the other James Bond game came out in like October.
yeah.
Um, Galactic Tank Force. I mean, I could see the trolls really getting behind GTF here. Like people want
It's a
to see that.
beautiful game. Artwork.
Okay,
It can.
okay.
I mean, it has a chance at artwork.
No, it doesn't. No way.
Oh, it's
Franchi's other work is
beautiful.
much better. I mean, come on, look at the playfield in that game. It's like there's no real art on it. It's like two characters and it's all a gradient. Okay, Pulp Fiction, The Godfather, Elton
Oh,
John, Labyrinth, Looney Tunes. These are new. I put Looney Tunes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Centaur or Oblivion Edition.
is it
Those
again? I'm thinking, is it fair having Looney Tunes and Texas in there because they were
they'll
shipped
so
February?
the reason I wanted it in there is for things like toys and mechs and like artwork and
Yeah,
toppers. Like we've seen stuff. The other thing is this: those games will be eligible next year. But I also think when you come out right at the end of the year, we'll throw you on the ballot. And you also will be eligible the following year if you don't ship until the following year. So it's like might
but
as well just throw them on
just
there.
it's not fair. But because Looney Tunes cannot win Game of the Year because nobody has touched it. If
Yeah.
you know what
Well,
I mean. So it's not
yeah,
fair.
yeah. Well, it's like
But
people.
artwork, I understand. Artwork, I
If
understand.
Back to the Future came out and no one even played it, it would win Game of the Year if it was up against these titles. I mean, that's just the reality of where we are. Look, I just want to put it in there again. Like they know that people haven't played it yet. They know it hasn't shipped. And like, here's my question, Cengiz. What's the harm of having it in there? Right? It's not like it's going to steal votes away from a tight neck race between Galactic Tank Force and Pulp Fiction. So what's the harm? That's my thing. Is like, what's the harm? It's in there. It's
The
not going to get
harm,
votes.
yeah, the harm is it's up there competing with so low chances. It's not a fair competition
Right. Right.
because nobody. If I
Well,
had
but hey,
to
but here's
name,
here's here's one of the reasons why I want to do it this way because I do want to on some level. Once you start taking money on a pinball machine, it should be shipping to customers. And I firmly believe that. Like I just we all know why they revealed these games early, and it's a 4-letter word. JAWS. They're terrified of Jaws. They know it's coming. The Great White is coming for all these
great
boutique
one.
companies. It's coming. And like they know it. Like there is no reason why, you know, Guns N' Roses was on the line when they revealed it. So is Toy Story. So is The Godfather. All of a sudden, Elton had a little delay because they thought Jaws was going to be early December.
But spooky, they always reveal at perfect timing.
Yeah, no, look,
They snatch they snatch the money and go home and build them.
yeah, no, I mean, look,
Do you
Spooky's
remember
formula
we
has,
talked
it's,
about the
yeah,
Scooby Doo release last year? They just came in and just snatched all the money and just went home,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
all
yeah.
the other 7 games should compete about the same money. And
No, Spooky's
Foo
got
Fighters,
they've got a great cadence and they've got a great consistency and they've got a great, build schedule. Like they don't miss. They don't miss when they say they're going to build it. And when they give you a date, they hit the date and they hit it every time. And you can't say that for everybody else. I mean, Stern's always on point when they reveal a game, right? For the most part, like maybe the code might not be done on some licensing issues like James Bond. And Stern's just crazy, right? They reveal a game and like within 3 months, there's like 4,000 of them in the world.
yeah.
Everyone.
Stern is just different. Do you feel Spooky puts the boo in boutique anymore?
Uh, yeah,
Serious.
they're still boutique for sure. I mean, they
Do
are
you
they
feel
are.
that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But like that, I mean,
I
it's a
think they're bigger than that.
well, what I mean, it's like craft beer, right? Within the craft beer category, there's actually like a number of barrels you produce that moves you out of the craft category into being like a mass market product. So I don't know, like it's an interesting thing. Like, is 2,000 games a year no longer boutique? You could argue, sure. Like, so they're probably making more of these games. They're going to make more Scooby Doo's than I think Jersey Jack sold of probably The Godfather or maybe even Elton John.
Okay, so let me ask another way. Is JJP a boutique then?
No, no.
No. Okay. And you're saying that Spooky has sold more than Godfather.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's no numbers that are public. I would assume that Scooby Doo outsold Elton John. I don't think they sold 1,969 Elton Johns.
Elton John is new on the market, man. We don't know yet how it goes.
I know, but I
And
would
you
say on
know,
the when they released Scooby Doo to the world, I would assume more than half of them sold within the first like week of being on the market. I don't
was a
think
success.
Elton John sold. I don't even think they probably sold 1,000 of them by now. Do
The
you?
C's, they
Yeah,
sold
all of them
1,000
total. In
C's.
total, in total. There's no way they sold 1,000 Cs. They didn't sell 500 Cs. No way. Not at 15K a pop. Not looking at what's happening to the used market, right? I mean, it's
Okay, so what do you
brutal.
think about these the newest games, Looney and Texas?
I
Well,
think they're
how do
great.
you
I
think
think
they
they
have
look like
sold?
Spooky's most fun games to shoot. I think they're I think gameplay has always been Spooky's sort of like Achilles heel. Like the games haven't always been, the best in terms of flow and combos and shots. And this game looks like it's their best shooter. Uh, I I think the themes to me are not for me. I don't love like horror movies that are that creepy and morbid. And then Looney Tunes. Like I grew up watching Looney Tunes, but it's just, you know, at these prices, I'm waiting for Spooky to make something more along the lines of Bloodsport or
Oh,
Big Trouble in Little China. You know my titles. I mean,
oh.
you like when I heard Barrels of Fun might have Fifth Element, I'm like, yeah, like that's that kind of movie.
Yeah,
Spooky's interesting, right? Because they are like their name's Spooky, and the family loves these kinds of movies, and
yeah.
they're like making the games for themselves, hoping people are into this stuff. I think Scooby Doo is a home run, um, but I don't think these two are going to sell as well as Scooby Doo. But they don't need to individually sell as well. So maybe 888 was a smart marketing decision. But I think what's smart about what they announced too is because they don't have to make them all, right? This is why Spooky's kind of smart. Like, let's say they just only sell 500 of each, they'll just make 500 of each, and then they'll move on to their next game. And then down the road, if they ever want to make, 388
Revisit.
more, they can.
Yeah,
I mean, because that but they're never going to make more than 888. And I do like that too, in a world in which Stern says, "Oh, this is only the 500 limited editions of Jurassic Park. Oh, here's another version. 999 Elvira's. This is the nicest version we're ever going to make," and then makes a nicer version. It's just like, man, I really think Stern has burned everybody's goodwill when it comes to what is limited, and I think people are kind of fed up with it. So it's nice that Spooky caps it and keeps their word.
I have a little announcement. I haven't shared this with you, with no one, but my dear friend Don, he was out and played these games,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to him, and he really hyped these two new Spooky games up, and just I really want to try it out. So I have been in contact with Spooky, talk with Spooky Luke and Buck and Morgan. Oh my God, they are just so sweet. I mean, I'm so thankful. So we are talking about being a distro here for Spooky also. So
Nice.
I'm gonna get their new games. I'm gonna unbox. I'm gonna show everything under the playfield, inside and out, everything. Check out the quality. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the first Spooky pin here in Denmark. It's gonna be
Wow.
so cool. We had nothing, man, nothing over here for years now. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait. And
When do you think you're going to get the games? You're like,
I don't know if
March,
I can
April?
talk about this. Yeah, wait. Yes, I can. They told Don that around February.
Okay.
So that and he told that on my last video. So I can
Don,
say that.
I heard Don bought both games.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, they're radically different games when you look at them, right? I mean, do I still think they're the same layout? Yes, but the experiences when you see both of the streams are radically different.
Yeah.
So
Light and dark,
Yeah.
clothes are different. Some of the inserts are different. So I think I don't know, man. This one really looks jam packed. It looks nice. I cannot wait. So yeah.
It'd be funny. Like, I feel like people are going to start to say they shoot differently, and just because I don't know, like they do look It's weird the way that they change the inserts, and there's such radically different themes that they do feel like different games. Whereas like Ultraman and Halloween, they felt so similar, much more similar than I think these two, and I don't think.
I feel like Ultraman and Halloween wasn't made for that layout. I feel like these games were made for this layout.
Yeah, I mean, well, they revealed that it was John Wick they were making, Remember? And it was like supposed to be the bad guys that popped
Oh,
out from
yeah.
behind, you
The
know.
robbing level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the three like figures that, the Michael Myers that popped out on the left side behind the
Yeah.
hedges, like those were supposed to be bad guys that John Wick takes
Oh.
out.
How
Wh-
about the levels? You should go up in different
Yeah,
places.
and that was supposed to be like the Continental and like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
different yeah. So
How
like
did they lose that
to
theme?
Stern Pinball, like that's how
Oh,
Stern
okay.
Pinball robbed them of Godzilla, of John Wick. Look,
They
I
did a
don't think
good
any.
job with Godzilla. Come
Yeah,
on.
no one's like, oh man, I wish Spooky had made Godzilla. Like said nobody ever. So
I have only love to Spooky. They have treated me so well, so professional. I'm really so kind, all three of them. So I'm really
yeah, yeah.
happy. I'm really happy, man. Yeah. So I just want to put this video out there for my people on YouTube. 5,600 of you. Go into Kaneda's page. All the
Facebook
polls
page.
are in there. Go in and Facebook page and
Yeah.
just go in and vote. And about the 22nd, we're gonna make a show live or like this. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We have a couple of days yet, and this is just gonna be fun. This has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Twippy shut down and we're gonna do something. It has nothing to do. I don't care about stuff like that. I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna share the fun experience with you guys. And this Chris guy, he can be fun and controversial, and yeah, it is what it is. So come on in and join. Just have
I
fun.
can't. I'm not looking forward to inputting all of these poll these poll choices tonight. Like it's a lot to input.
You have to. Do it.
I have to do it though.
This was your idea.
This is my idea.
This
I know.
was
I'm
your
gonna,
idea.
so you're gonna start to see these polls populating on the site probably like later tonight, early tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be good. And then I'm just gonna leave them up. I'm not gonna really try to post too much, which is hard for me. The attention seeking
have to.
narcissist that I am. I won't post it. I want to keep them. I want to keep everything there for like a week. The only thing that will break it up will be the Saturday morning spectacular, and then we just keep letting people vote.
Yeah,
Be good.
absolutely. That's important. That's important, my friend. So no poking pictures, no nothing. Okay, leave the companies alone for a week. Okay.
Yeah, David Fix. No, I'm not gonna have any. No David Fix memes. I promise you, David.
Leave David. Leave Frenchie.
Leave them alone.
Leave Pinside. Whatever. Just leave
Yeah.
them. Okay.
I was enjoying the 13 pages where these guys were just complaining about me for a week. It was amazing. I was like literally reading it with a glass of whiskey in one hand, being like, "Gentlemen, do you not find me entertaining? You find me problematic and toxic?" And here we are.
There will come another post about you. I'm sure about
Yeah,
that.
no,
With all
yeah.
the mess you're doing sometimes.
They're just making Robin money. Robin's just making money off of those sticky threads that catch fire. Like, cool. You think I make money? He makes a lot
Does he
more
give
money.
you like 20%?
I know. I should get a kickback. He really should. Like, I've been good for business for Pinside. All right, Jengiz.
Oh,
Look, have a
Chris,
great
man.
Thursday, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody vote tomorrow. Get your
Yeah,
votes in.
Have a great day. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.